Don't expect a world's greatest dad mug anytime soon. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we are counting down our picks for the top 10 father versus son anime battles.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at the times where fathers and sons in anime faced off. Doesn't matter if it was a friendly spar over who has to hide the dead body of a step-parent, or a battle to the death due to using all the hot water in the shower first. Hashtag I just gave you a glimpse into my childhood. As long as it's blood versus blood, it counts. Get ready for paternal spoilers down the line, as well as the makings of some rather awkward Thanksgiving dinners. I'm Todd Haberkorn, a man perfect for this mission, as I had a father, and I've been a son. Bonus, I've read a lot of books about the last son of Krypton too, so I'm extra prepared.
Let's get ready to Mojo!
Your Exodia is far from unstoppable, and I've already figured out a way to defeat it.
Then do it, boy!
Number 10, Rock Lee versus Metal Lee. Boruto, Naruto Next Generations.
その誓いを今ここで
It's written in the very fabric of reality that each new generation of ninja must come complete with at least one taijutsu enthusiast with a bowl-cut hairstyle. Those are the same rules that I had in every school I went to where I was that kid. In this case, we have Metal. As it happens, he's got a pretty bad case of anxiety disorder. However, thanks to the encouragement of both Lee and Guy, the mini Bruce Lee found a way to push on through his crippling fear, and in doing so showed off just how much of a hand-to-hand prodigy he really was, with a masterful display that even managed to make Lee work up a sweat. Check out Metal with the moves. Number 9, Joichiro versus Soma, Food Wars.
No matter how great the obstacles Soma has had to face, he never backs down from a challenge.
Ah yes, the one battle that everyone can benefit from, a culinary showdown.
You know where you stand. You're at 500 losses right now, aren't you?
It's 489, old man!
Got a great memory for such a loser.
Following a surprise visit from his old man, Soma decides now would be a great time to challenge him yet again to see which of the Yukihira boys was the true MVP of the kitchen.
Look at that.
An apple risotto. Now, time to eat.
While putting up a valiant effort in the form of a delicious-looking dish, Soma's cooking doesn't have a patch on his father's, which in turn manages to induce a foodgasm in everyone who tastes it.
Rewinding! Rewinding!
Thank you for the delicious food!
Not that far back!
That sounds like whoever had those gasms needs to go to the doctor. Like, now.
Well, that's another victory for me. Not having even a single loss is getting kind of boring over here.
Ah, shut up! Wait till next time!
Number 8, King Muscle versus Kid Muscle. Ultimate Muscle.
I'm sorry, Dad, but what you said was true. It's my turn to be the hero. I love you, Dad.
This wrestling match may be based around passing the torch from father to son through the most violent means imaginable, and it did have a rather sweet conclusion, but let's be honest here, people, that's not what you remember this fight for.
That mask is your birthright, and you're gonna win it whether you like it or not!
You remember it for both fighters bending over backwards and engaging in a fart war.
I think I tore my pants. Be a dear and check for me.
Huh? Your pants? Okay.
As the battle intensifies, so does the gas emitted from their behinds, complete with such timeless techniques as the gas guzzler and the filthy finch. Ah, smells like victory. Come on, you knew I had to fit a dad joke in there.
Take it home!
That's enough!
Number 7, Gozaburo versus Kaiba, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters.
Yes, I have all 5 pieces of Exodia in my deck.
But not for long. Trust me.
For those of you that wanted to see Kaiba take his revenge on his manipulative foster father, here is the battle you've been waiting for, in the form of a children's card game, because what else was it going to be?
Take a close look.
Do these 5 cards seem familiar to you?
It can't be! Not those cards!
Gozaburo can only blame himself for losing this one.
It looks just like Exodia!
Don't get us wrong. Watching Exodia Necross kick some Blue Eyes White Dragon ass made for a pretty cool spectacle. But why would you dismiss the only set of cards that allow you to automatically win the game? No wonder you got owned and left stuck in cyberspace.
You lose, stepfather!
Number 6, Ryuken versus Uryu. Bleach.
You must swear to me. You'll never associate with a Soul Reaper again.
With the threat of the Ashada looming, Uryu decides now would be a really good time to get his Quincy powers back. But to do so, he's gotta ask Daddy Dearest for help.
It sounds to me like you might be calling me out as a coward.
Exactly.
Given how Ryuken Ashada isn't exactly the most sensitive of individuals, not only does he make his son vow to never interact with Shinigami ever again, but reveals that the only way for a Quincy to get their mojo back is to get themselves nailed with an arrow to the chest, after he nailed Uryu with an arrow to the chest.
What a shame for you that it's now over.
Jeez, if this is how he treats his only son, I'd hate to see what he does to his patients.
You made a stupid choice. You're so frustrating.
Number 5, Silver versus Gray. Fairy Tale.
I'm the wolf and you're the lamb, so you never had a chance, boy!
Just when you thought a demon apocalypse was the biggest problem this shirtless wonder had to deal with, he ends up coming face to face with his absentee father, who now appears to be throwing his lot in with 9 demon gates.
You're never gonna hurt anyone again! You hear me? I said that!
Now, my problem with that statement isn't the horror that he's got to fight someone he knows, but the fact that we're calling him a shirtless wonder. Come on, hashtag Gray sucks. That is until he reveals himself to actually be Gray's eternal nemesis, Deliora, in disguise.
So that all your righteous anger counts for nothing! That pain and fear is all you have!
Enraged, Gray pretty much goes on the warpath, almost crushing his foe with his ice magic, until Silver reveals he's not Deliora, but rather a reanimated corpse forced to work for the demons.
Ice make them break!
Fellas, I'm all for epic magical showdowns, but can you please pick a backstory and stick to it? Or just make all the fights involve Natsu?
You lied to me. You aren't Deliora. You're my dad. I know you are.
Number 4, Rasa versus Gaara. Naruto Shippuden.
俺も風影となった今、里を守るために里への脅威を排除するのも長の役目だ。
風影になった。
The 4th Kazekage will most certainly not be winning any Parent of the Year awards anytime soon.
父様の作った人中力ではない。
After all, he hasn't paid his PTA dues, and he sealed a giant monster inside of his own son, only to then try to assassinate him. It's honestly a miracle that Gaara grew up to be a pretty swell guy, with the two finally getting their bitter reunion when Rasa was brought back from the dead to be used as a pawn in the 4th Great Ninja War.
しまった。砂嵐は陽動。砂金の砂を上に上げさせるためだったか。
While the sand versus gold dust scuffle was pretty awesome to behold, the real meat of this fight was seeing Rasa face up to his sins after realizing how much of a jerkface he had been.
先代などとっくに超えていた。里を頼んだぞガーラ。
Number 3, Judge versus Sanji. One Piece. I think I speak for everyone when I say Judge deserves to have his overgrown neck wrung for what he did to our boy Sanji when he was a kid. Yeah, am I right?
表に出ろ。男は拳で語るものだ。
Abused, imprisoned, disowned, the Straw Hat's resident chef had a multitude of reasons to want to kick his old man to the curb, only to find himself given ample opportunity when the Vinsmoke family came a-calling.
俺は茶会さえすれば海賊船に戻る。
While we have no doubt that Sanji could probably have melted Judge's face off with his fiery footwork, the old bastard still managed to win the day when he had his own servants jump in to act as living shields. Is it too late to feed his soul to Big Mom? Number 2, Umibozu versus Kamui, Gintama. Family disputes are always ugly affairs, especially if the son in question is a murderous lunatic whose single goal in life is besting his father in a battle to the death. Guys, just play a board game. This is made infinitely worse when the two in question are part of the Yato clan, and as such are imbued with ungodly strength. Put all that together and what do you get? A punch-up equivalent to an earthquake. Despite trying to quell the bloodlust that has overtaken his son, all Umibozu can do is keep on hitting back, while Kamui becomes more and more beast-like with every exchange. We'd rather take our chances with the invading Amanto forces than get in the middle of that double-stuffed Oreo. Number 1, Goku versus Gohan, Dragon Ball Super. Look, we all love Gohan, but ever since he became a responsible adult and started a family, he's kinda lost a lot of his badass points.
I didn't think I'd ever find a better opportunity to test my power. But I'd forgotten about you, Gohan. All this time, and the best challenger I could ever hope to face is my own son!
However, with the Tournament of Power just around the corner, he's forced to kick it into high noon. High gear, in order to defend his universe from destruction. Wanting to test his mettle against his Super Saiyan pops, Gohan and Goku end up throwing down in an impressive sky battle. Despite getting wrecked as soon as Goku unleashes Super Saiyan Blue, at least Gohan showed that deep down he's still that awesome character that wiped out Cell.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.